Life gets loud, and I don't just mean actual noise. I mean the mental noise, the constant notifications, the pressure to keep up, the feeling that there's always something unfinished, somebody needs you, something is overdue, a version of yourself you still haven't become yet. And as a mom, I think we become so used to carrying everything that we stop noticing how heavy it all is. Until one day you realize you're exhausted in ways sleep can't fix. And that's why I come here. Not because the park magically solves my problems, but because nature reminds me to slow down enough to hear myself think again. Watching my son experience simple things has honestly changed me. The way he gets excited over ducks or trees or throws rocks into the water like it's the most important job in the world. The way he can spend 10 full minutes staring at a bug without thinking about emails, bills, deadlines, or tomorrow. Children are so present, and somewhere along the way, adults forget how to be. We live in the future, we replay the past, but moments like this remind me that peace only exists in the present, right here, in the sunlight, in the breeze, in the sound of water moving, in the hands that reach out for yours. So lately, I've been trying to romanticize small moments instead, and not in a fake aesthetic way, but in a survival way. Like truly noticing the warmth of the sun on my skin and the sounds of the leaves moving overhead, the comfort of silence, the privilege of slowing down. I think healing starts when you stop waiting for life to become perfect before allowing yourself to enjoy it. Because maybe peace was never supposed to be found in perfection. Maybe it's found in moments like this. A random afternoon at the park. No big plans, no pressure to perform, no expectations, just truly existing. And honestly, being a parent has taught me that children don't care about the things that we obsess over. They care about presence. They remember how you made them feel. Not whether the house was always spotless, or whether you answered every email correctly for work, or whether you had everything figured out. They remember moments. And I want my son to remember this version of me too. The version that slowed down enough to enjoy life with him and not just survive it. I used to think resetting had to be expensive or dramatic, like a vacation or a retreat or like a complete life overhaul. But now I think resetting can look like this. A quiet day at the park, fresh air, feet in the grass, your phone staying in your bag a little longer than usual, and choosing stillness in a world that profits from your exhaustion. And maybe someone watching this needed that reminder too. You do not have to earn rest. You do not have to be completely burned out before taking care of yourself. You are allowed to pause. I think that's why I'll always come back to places like this, because every time I do, I leave feeling a little softer, a little lighter, and a little more connected to myself. And maybe that is enough. Not every reset needs to change your life overnight. Sometimes it just needs to help you breathe again. So if life has been loud lately, this is your reminder to step outside. Take your child to the park. Take yourself to the park. And let the world slow down for a minute. Sit near the water. Watch the trees move. You deserve all of that and much more. As our time at the park comes to an end, I find myself wishing we lived a little more like nature does. The trees don't rush to grow, and the water doesn't force its way forward. The sun doesn't compete with the moon, and everything moves in its own season and in its own time. And yet somehow everything gets exactly where it's meant to be. I think that's a lesson I've been learning lately. So much of life tells us to move faster, work harder, do more, be more. But faith has been teaching me something different. Faith has asked me to trust when I don't have all the answers, to trust when the timeline doesn't make sense, to trust that not every season is meant for striving. Some seasons are meant for planting, some are meant for growing, and some are meant for resting. When I stand with the trees that have been here longer than I have, I can't help but think about how intentional God's creation is. Every leaf, every breeze, every reflection on the water, every sunset painted across the sky, none of it is accidental. And if God pays that much attention to creation, how much more does He care about us? Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is step outside, breathe deeply, and remember who created all of this beauty around you. Because when we slow down enough to notice creation, we're often reminded of the Creator.